Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Hey folks, this whole Diddy saga is like a wild roller coaster. Every day, there's some fresh drama or someone new spilling the tea about what Diddy supposedly did. It's like, how much crazier can it get? Now, Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's stunning daughter, is seemingly throwing in her 2 cents, hinting that Diddy allegedly pulled some shady moves, like pimping her out with his son. Seriously, every time a new story comes out about Diddy, it's like, what now? It's hard not to be a bit shocked and wide-eyed with each new revelation.
Hey, there's Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's 22-year-old stepdaughter in New York looking super happy. And there's Diddy looking, nervous.
So, you know that Lori Harvey and Diddy haven't exactly spilled the beans on their relationship, but let's be real, those PDA pics don't lie. They've been all cuddly, and not just in private, but in front of Lori's folks, Steve and Marjorie. Now, what makes this whole thing weird isn't just the crazy age gap. I mean, that's also creepy. With Diddy being almost 3 decades older than Lori, and considering he was already in dad mode when she was born, but it's also the fact that Lori was super close to Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter. Like, she even called Kim Mama in a now-deleted Insta post after Kim passed away. Fast forward a few months, and Lori's getting cozy with Diddy. Oh, and did I mention that Steve Harvey, the relationship guru, was cool with it? Yeah, kind of creepy, especially with all this stuff coming out about Diddy. Now, Lori's seemingly dropping hints that Diddy not only groomed her, but also allegedly pimped her to his son. Crazy, right? Anyway, stick around for more, because this story is about to blow your mind. So, you've probably heard the buzz about Lori Harvey and her rumored flings with both Diddy and his son Justin, right? Well, it's not your usual celebrity gossip, because things get even more interesting when you dive into Lori's connections with the Combs family. There's this whole fascination because Lori was apparently pretty tight with Kim Porter, who was Diddy's ex and the mom of 3 of his kids. Kim passed away suddenly in 2018 at just 47, supposedly from pneumonia. And guess what? A few months later, Lori's out and about, looking all cozy with Diddy. Now, Lori's been upfront, saying she didn't date both Diddy and Justin, but she left us hanging on whether it was just the dad in the picture. Now, here's where it gets even weirder. So, Lori Harvey used to call Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, Mama, and that's raising some serious eyebrow-raising questions about boundaries, you know? Now, you might have caught wind of the conspiracy theories floating around about Diddy's involvement in Kim's death. There's talk that Kim was working on a tell-all book before she passed away. And get this, Kim's ex-husband, Al B. Schur, publicly called her death murder in a now-deleted Insta post. But it doesn't end there. Al apparently faced some major health issues just months after questioning the official cause of Kim's death. Like, he went through multiple organ failure and spent 2 months in a coma. Super eerie, right? And now there's a whole new batch of rumors swirling around, dragging Lori Harvey into the mix and spinning this dark tale of betrayal tied to Kim Porter's downfall. Now let's talk about the seriously weird timeline here. So Lori Harvey puts up this Instagram post calling Kim Porter Mama, and then bam, a few months later, she's caught up in this whirlwind romance with Diddy. They're everywhere together. Events, social scenes, vacations, you name it. Oh, and there's even some buzz about a possible pregnancy. Now, what makes this all pretty wild is thinking about Kim's documented struggles with Diddy. The rumors of Lori and Diddy started buzzing online in early 2019, just a few months after Kim passed away. There's even a report from March 2019 saying they were hitting up a reggae music festival in Miami together. And get this, Lori was 22 at the time, while Diddy was a cool 50-year-old man. After footage of Lori and Diddy at the music festival started spreading like wildfire on social media, Lori's rep quickly told TMZ, "Hold up, no romance here." But here's the twist. Throughout the summer of 2019, despite the denial, they're spotted together all over the place. Late-night strolls in NYC and whatnot. Fast forward to July 2019, and someone close to Lori spills the beans to Hollywood Life, saying, "Yeah, Lori and Diddy got tight after Kim Porter's passing." But wait, it's all supposed to be on the platonic side, you know? The insider story is that Lori was just helping Diddy cope with grief because she knows what it's like to lose someone close. The source said Lori has been friends with the whole family for years, but she and Diddy have gotten a lot closer over the past 6 months or so, really, since Kim's death. Because Lori was very close to Kim too. She was grieving too, so she was really able to be there for Diddy in his grief. She uplifts him. This has been one of the hardest times of Diddy's life, if not the hardest. So anyone that can bring light to his life, he cherishes. And Lori has a way of making him smile. She makes him happy. They're good friends. However, just 3 months after Kim Porter's passing, Diddy and Lori hit up a reggae festival, then roll into a strip club in Atlanta, where, according to TMZ, Diddy's making it rain all night. Raises a few eyebrows, right? I mean, grieving's personal, but how's Diddy throwing down at strip clubs while claiming he's going through the toughest time of his life? Now, Diddy's getting the villain treatment in all this, but Lori's part in the story's got folks scratching their heads too. Rumors are flying that she might have been with Diddy's son, Justin Combs, just before going public with Diddy. People are saying, what's up with Diddy going after his son's rumored ex? And there's even talk about possible threesomes in the mix.
It's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. I've heard I've dated a father and son before.
Not true?
All right, let's clear the air. There's no concrete proof that Lori and Justin Combs actually dated. They were just at a couple of parties together, no biggie. And Lori wasn't all touchy-feely with Justin like she was with Diddy. Now, back in January, when Lori was doing the rounds with her ex, Damson Idris, she straight up told E! News in an interview that she wasn't dating the Combs father-son duo. Technically, she didn't say she wasn't dating just the dad. But hold on, the plot thickens. E! News deleted that interview from their YouTube channel. Gone. Poof. You can only find snippets shared by fans on social media. Someone's PR team is clearly on a cleanup mission, trying to erase any trace of Lori and Diddy's thing. Good luck with that, though. The internet never forgets, and social media detectives are always on the case. And one crucial detail that fans recently unearthed is the message Lori shared on her Instagram. Shortly after Kim Porter's passing, Lori posted this photo of her and the late Kim, with the caption that read, "Having a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person inside and out. Thank you for always being so sweet and loving to me. I'm so glad I told you how much I loved and missed you the last time I saw you. Your energy was truly something special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." Now, we all cope with grief differently, but hold up. It's a bit odd, right? A 22-year-old posting a pic with her and the ex-boyfriend of the woman she used to call Mama. Because if Kim was like a mom to Lori, what does that make Diddy? Sure, Kim and Diddy were already split when she passed, but she was still a big part of his life and the mom of 3 of his kids. Now, the twist, Lori allegedly gets cozy with Diddy just 3 months after Kim's death. Kinda creepy, isn't it? And we've all heard the stories about Diddy's alleged mistreatment of Kim, emotional abuse, control issues, even vicious beatings. It's tough to believe Lori was totally clueless about these rumors, because everyone in those circles knew how toxic Diddy was to Kim. And there's been talk for years about Diddy maybe having a hand in Kim's death. There have been rumors that Kim has a team that's been trying to release her tell-all book, but Diddy won't let them release the book. One of the people who has been contributing to the book has even said, "Just wanted to let you know that Sean has put the clamps on Kim Porter's book from making it to the shelves." Yep, he done put the pressure on all the parties involved in the process of putting the book together. And we totally get why Diddy's trying to keep that book from dropping. Because word is, it spills all the beans. Like, it supposedly spills on how Kim went all out for him, doing some wild stuff. First up, she hits up Andre Harrell, sniffing around if he and Diddy had more than just a business thing. Turns out Andre denied it, but Kim wasn't having it. She had security footage to spill the tea. And guess what? It's not just Andre. Kim allegedly had footage of Diddy cozying up with other guys in and out of the Uptown offices. Kim wasn't just on the run for Diddy's DL escapades. She had the receipts on everything he put her through. In the book, she dives into the nitty-gritty, spilled on how Diddy got physical, played mind games, even some intimate details that would make your jaw drop. Think wired houses, tapped phones, and Diddy going all out to keep tabs on her. But sadly, Kim has passed away, and now it seems like that book might never see the light of day. Now, what adds to the eerie vibes is that Lori kinda looks like a younger Kim Porter. Some fans are even speculating that Diddy hooking up with Lori so soon after Kim's passing is like some messed up fantasy. Alright, gotta be clear on this. Putting the blame on Lori for Kim's situation wouldn't be cool, no doubt. Diddy's definitely taking the top spot as the main bad guy in all this drama. But it's still a shocker to think that Lori might have stepped into some tricky territory, possibly betraying Kim's trust by getting involved with Diddy under those circumstances. And even if Lori didn't know the full backstory between Diddy and Kim, it's a bit of a stretch to believe her dad, Steve Harvey, was totally clueless. I mean, Steve's been around the block in the industry since the 90s. He must have known exactly who Diddy was and how he rolled. In August 2019, Lori, Diddy, Steve, and Marjorie jet off to Italy for a family trip. And these pics of Lori touching Diddy's neck kind of confirmed what everyone was already thinking by then. Then, the next month, Lori and Diddy are off to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and boom, pregnancy rumors start flying after TMZ snaps some pics of Diddy with his hand on her belly. Okay, good news first. Those pregnancy rumors about Lori and Diddy turned out to be false. But seriously, let's talk about how Steve Harvey was cool with all of this. I mean, Lori's an adult, sure, and Steve can't exactly ban her from seeing Diddy. But seriously, what dad is okay with his 22-year-old daughter vacationing with a 50-year-old guy? And not just any guy, but one with a seriously sketchy reputation in the industry? Now let's rewind to those Italy pics of Lori and Diddy. Recently, they're making a comeback on social media because of one tiny detail: Lori's nail polish. In case you missed it, Cassie spilled in her lawsuit that Diddy made her wear white nail polish during some questionable sessions, like during forced freak-off sessions with male S-workers, because he enjoyed seeing the contrast of her nails against the S-workers' dark skin. Now, does this mean Lori was involved in something similar? No, not confirmed. But now there are whispers about Lori having some kind of girlfriend contract with Diddy, and supposedly Steve, her dad, played a role in making that happen. Crazy, right? Now, word is, Cat Williams has been telling his inner circle that Steve Harvey needs to be looked into because he might be mixed up in some shady stuff with Diddy. And this isn't Cat's first rodeo trying to spill the beans on Steve Harvey and the not-so-bright side of the industry. Now, Cat, the comedy genius, has made a name for himself with his unmatched humor and record-breaking stand-up specials, but he hasn't gotten the same mainstream support as some other big names, Steve Harvey included. There's this vibe that Cat might have faced some professional heat for consistently calling out the shady business of Hollywood's elite. Not to mention, he's never been shy about throwing shade at both Steve and Diddy, dropping hints in public that these guys might have some serious skeletons in their closets.
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. And Steve Harvey, I heard about your book. I'm proud of your success, but look, better stop telling people that lies.
Way back in 2009, Cat Williams threw down the gauntlet, challenging Steve Harvey to a comedy battle and claiming he'd snatch the King of Comedy title. Steve initially said yes, but then had a change of heart, and the showdown never went down. No prizes for guessing why, right? But Cat wasn't letting up. Fast forward to 2011, and in a freestyle that recently resurfaced, Cat didn't just take shots at Steve, but also his buddy Diddy. Back then, folks dismissed Cat, saying he was on drugs and questioning his mental health. But guess what? Now people are saying Cat was trying to warn us about Steve and Diddy all along. Here's the twist. It's widely believed that the bigwigs in the entertainment world shut Cat down because he wasn't playing by their rules. Translation: he wouldn't keep quiet about the shady stuff happening behind the scenes. We've seen this pattern before. When a celeb tries to spill the beans on the industry, they either end up in a mysterious demise or get labeled as a crazy drug addict. And there are whispers that Diddy might not be above taking drastic measures against those who mess with him, just like we saw with Biggie, Kim Porter, and the whole Tupac situation.
Or when he died. It's been over 25 years. Harvey has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived.
Jaguar Wright even spilled some major tea in an interview, hinting that Biggie's death might not have been random, but a strategic move by Diddy and Bad Boy Records. According to her, Puffy's been cashing in on Biggie's name longer than Biggie was even alive. Crazy, right? She says, Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Effing Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog, clearly, a Biggie's small verse is very valuable. Wright's got question about The Commission, an album Biggie was working on before he passed. She vents, The Commission. What happened to that album? It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have come out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then The Commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy, and then starting his own company.
Really? The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
Now here's where it gets kind of creepy. Wright throws in an eerie twist by mentioning the spooky number of deaths tied to Diddy, especially back in the Uptown Records days. She said, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, Puffy, and Kim was the longest employee. She was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Ain't that interesting? She continued, saying, "You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and late of Uptown Records? They were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book just before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B was working on a documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma," she wonders, saying, "Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest mother F, because it seems that everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the Get's beginning are gone, just him remaining."
We get out, Puff pull out first. We pull out behind him. He blow past the light. We stopped at the light. When we stopped at the light.
But she isn't the only one calling out Diddy's shady moves. Lil Cease, Biggie's right-hand guy, also dropped some jaw-dropping info about Biggie's death, and it's seriously chilling. Get this. Diddy supposedly decides to run a red light at a crucial moment. Sounds innocent, right? But hold on. This move is making us raise our eyebrows, making us wonder what really went down that night. Lil Cease's bombshell has us side-eyeing Diddy's actions and adding a creepy layer to the whole mystery of Biggie's tragic exit. But wait, there's more. Word on the street is Biggie was thinking about leaving Bad Boy Records. Toss that into the mix, and suddenly the whole story gets spicier. So the big question, did Biggie's plan to peace out mess with Diddy's head, maybe pushing him to consider something unthinkable?
He had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Those cars was rented. So to put those stickers on there, you defacing the property.
Gene Deal spilled some serious tea, adding a whole new layer to this twisted story. In this interview, Deal's asking the real question, why on earth did Diddy call Biggie to LA? According to him, there's zero legit reason for that call, making us wonder if it's all part of some shady plot. The thought that Diddy had Biggie heading into unknown territory with no clear purpose gives this already mysterious story an even creepier vibe. But wait, it gets even more bizarre. Deal noticed something off about the cars in the mix, covered in eye-catching stickers, and here's the kicker. Only Bad Boy Records street team could mess with those rides. Deal's claiming they were perfectly positioned to slap on those suspicious stickers. And Puff Daddy's car? Sticker-free, of course. Adding more fuel to the fire, Deal spilled that he suggested beefing up security to avoid potential threats, but it seems like his advice got brushed off. This just adds more murkiness to the whole mystery around Biggie's death. And get this, Deal straight up debunked the idea of a drive-by shooting. Nope, he's saying the car was already posted up there, throwing a curveball into what we thought went down on that tragic night. In this interview, the bodyguard's not holding back, expressing his frustration with what he calls the lies being spread in documentaries and interviews.
A few times I thought I was gonna pass out because it was hot on that staircase. You know what I'm saying? And when they closed the doors, I knew something was going down.
Hold up, there's more to this craziness. Let's rewind to 1991 in a Harlem basement gym, where a serious tragedy went down. Diddy, still a small-time promoter, organized a basketball charity event that turned into a nightmare. Picture this. An insane stampede broke out because a massive crowd wanted to catch a glimpse of celebs like Boyz II Men and Heavy D playing in the game. By the end of the day, on December 28, 1991, 9 people were dead and at least 29 others were injured. The gym was packed with over 3,000 people, way more than it could handle. Rumors even started swirling that Diddy might have sacrificed them for wealth and fame.
If they don't do a boxing one outside and get these kids off the door, somebody gonna die tonight. He said, Gene, don't worry about that.
Now, here's the scoop. Gene Deal, who used to work security for Diddy, warned him about the chaos. People needed to clear the entrance, but Diddy just didn't care. There were 2 lines, one for those with advance tickets and another for those buying at the door. The slow process got on everyone's nerves, fights broke out, and when the doors finally closed, all hell broke loose. The crowd outside rushed in, causing chaos. People shoved, windows broke, and it turned into a disaster. It's like a crazy scene from a movie, but sadly, it was real life. So, a survivor named Jonas described her trauma, talking about how she got shoved through a glass window with people piling on top of her. It was crazy. She couldn't even catch a breath. How we survived is myself and my 2 friends, we got into a bathroom stall, Jones explains. There were literally people that were laying on the ground and the 3 of us got into a bathroom stall. And we hid in the bathroom until everything died down. Before leaving for the event, Jones says she'd stuck a tangerine in the pocket of her leather jacket, meaning to eat it beforehand, but never got the chance. When we finally got out of there, I reached into my pocket and there was nothing left but the skin of the tangerine, she recalls. It stained my lovely jacket, and I kept that jacket for years as a reminder. Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the stairs, the person checking tickets saw things getting wild as folks tried to push inside. Instead of helping out, they got up, went inside, and shut the door, which only opened outward. Now imagine the scene at the bottom. The crowd had nowhere to go, getting slammed against the doors by clueless people at the top still trying to squeeze in. It turned into a mess with injured folks strewn about, getting trampled, fainting, you name it. It took a painful 15 minutes before anyone figured out what was happening. And get this, the basketball game was still going on. When they finally opened the gym doors, the folks inside said it felt like being packed against the walls, packed in like sardines. Now, considering all these mysterious deaths linked to Diddy, let's just hope that outspoken public figures like Cat Williams, who are willing to spill the beans on Diddy's dirty laundry, stay safe too. It's pretty messed up to hear all these unsettling things about Diddy. I mean, he has turned hip-hop into a cash machine, got a Global Icon Award at the VMAs, all that jazz. But while he's swimming in money and awards, the hip-hop scene he's profiting big time from has some seriously messed up stuff going on, especially against women and black women. Those SA allegations from Cassie and others, it's a whole new level of shady. Even though these lawsuits won't hit the courtroom, Cassie putting Diddy's alleged long-standing AB behavior in the spotlight is a really bold move. Besides, we all know that taking it to trial would just turn her pain into tabloid gossip. But you know what? The claims in the lawsuit have already got people talking and questioning. Diddy's groundbreaking hip-hop legacy doesn't seem like an excuse for a history of violence in a genre that's got its fair share of misogyny and AB. But if these allegations turn out to be true, then justice needs to be served. So, what's your take on all this? Do you think Lori Harvey could be another one of Diddy's alleged victims, or is it just another round of rumors? Drop your thoughts in the comments and we'll catch you in the next video.